Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 175 and today I've got a bit of an announcement to make. Hermitcraft Season 5 is going to be ending. Hermitcraft Season 6 is going to be starting with the new update Aquatic when that releases officially. So we are going to be booting up a whole new Hermitcraft world and we're going to be starting afresh. We're going to have nothing. In typical survival fashion, we're all going to be spawning into the world with absolutely nothing. We're going to be gathering up cobblestone, and wow, my camera is very close to my face. But yeah, we're going to be gathering up cobblestone. We're going to be gathering up coal, doing all of the... Well, you guys know how starting a new Minecraft world works. And you know what? I am beyond excited. I am so excited because I've got tons of plans and I just can't wait to get... I can't wait to start from the bottom again. You know, look at this place, okay? It's huge. We have everything that we could possibly need within like a 100 block area. Everything that I need, I can get within like 20 seconds. And there's something really nice about playing in a new Minecraft world where you kind of actually have to work for everything. Now, of course, having said all of that, I am definitely going to miss this place. Obviously, the ocean base is by far one of my favorite bases I've made ever in the history of me playing survival Minecraft. In fact, you know what? No, I'm going to say it. It's my favorite base ever. I absolutely love this place. I love the way that it turned out. I think it's so much cooler than I ever imagined it would be when we first started up this world. Everything seems to have worked out really well. All the farms that I built seem to be pretty successful. They produce tons upon tons of items. The Guardian farm, which is the center of my base, has been like the cornerstone of everything. It's been my XP grinder. It's allowed me to do all sorts of things. It's allowed me to build this entire base. Look, it's clearly working well because the entire place is built out of the drops from this thing, which is ridiculous. We've got all sorts of projects that I worked on that I'd never really done before. We've got large-scale potion brewing rooms. We've got large-scale item transportation systems. We've built just everything. We've built everything that I really wanted to build. And the end of this season has come at a really good time because we've kind of reached the point now. It really did. It hit it right on the head where we've kind of finished everything that I wanted to finish. We really have. Obviously, we've recently started up a new project, and I'll explain why in the next couple seconds. So unfortunately, we haven't finished that, and we haven't finished the town quite. But the town is pretty much done and dusted. But other than that, everything else, like the base itself, is done. I can't think of anything more I could possibly do to this place. All of the projects like TNT land, all of the areas outside the base, like the slime farm, they're all completed. So really, we were kind of spinning tires a little bit. We're like, okay, in a bit of a limbo stage, really. Because here's the deal, okay, when we were talking, obviously all of the hermits were talking, and we really wanted to start Hermitcraft Season 6 when the update Aquatic rolled out. That's always kind of been the plan. We sort of thought the update Aquatic would be releasing just a tiny bit earlier than it did. We thought it would be kind of early July. It's July, isn't it? So yeah, early July, maybe late June. So all of us were kind of wrapping up our projects, getting everything finished. And then it wasn't in any stable state whatsoever. But now we actually have a release date, which in theory is Wednesday the 18th of July. That's supposedly going to be the day that Update Aquatic actually rolls out for the PC version of Minecraft. So we're kind of going to be coinciding with that one with Hermitcraft Season 6. But that's kind of the reason why this place got started and a few of the other little projects got started dotted around my base, because I finished up everything that I wanted to finish in time for what I thought was going to be the end of Hermitcraft Season 5, and then it wasn't the end of Hermitcraft Season 5, so obviously you have to scramble a little bit to create some new stuff. And you know what? Being under pressure like that and kind of being forced to come up with new things really has produced some wonderful results. Obviously, the islands are like, they're one of my favorite additions to the base. Obviously, I Build Your Silly Hermitcraft Ideas Zone was a great idea, but we haven't really had the time to finish it. But most importantly, if we head underneath the base, it gave me the opportunity to work on this place. Finally, we actually got this to a point where I'm proud of it, because the aquarium was one of those things that was sat in my base, and it was kind of like the elephant in the room, or elephant in the base, I guess you could say. It was just sat there not really doing anything. I didn't really want to go in there because I thought it was a little bit ugly, and it didn't really serve any sort of purpose. And it still don't get me wrong, it still doesn't serve any form of purpose other than looking cool, but now it actually looks cool. Like, this place is awesome. seriously awesome. I'm really proud of it. So as I say, sometimes good things come from being kind of put under pressure to create. Now, with all this talk of the timing being perfect, I feel like I should mention just a little something which means that timing isn't perfect, which is the fact that this weekend, the actual ending weekend of Hermitcraft Season 5, I'm actually going away on a trip, a pre-booked trip with my family down to Cornwall to go surfing, which, don't get me wrong, I'm very excited for, but it couldn't be at a worse time, because unfortunately I think there's a lot of events that the Hermits are going to be doing together to mark the finish of the season, and I don't think I'm going to be able to be present for them, which is, yeah, I mean, it's a real bummer. But, you know, these things occasionally happen. And before anyone gets frustrated at the Hermits, it's not their fault. They didn't arrange it so that the Hermitcraft season ended when my holidays started. That's not how it works. It's just, this is how the timings have lined up. We want to try and sync up with the update Aquatic. So that's kind of how these things goes. It's what happens. This is why, as a YouTuber, you should never book holidays, because as soon as you book a holiday, something important will be scheduled in for when you're away on holiday. It's guaranteed to happen. But anyway, I'm just kind of, now I'm literally just for my own self really, just flying around the Hermitcraft server and taking it all in, because it's kind of dawning on me now that I'm not going to be seeing this for too much longer. Like, all these builds that I'm super familiar with and have seen popping up over the past 15 months? Yeah, we're going to be starting afresh, leveled. It's all going to be leveled. There's not going to be any of this. Let's see if we can set ourselves a wicked time just to round up on. You know, what? That was a good start that swiftly became bad. So I'm going to be glad to see this gone. Jeez, I don't never building one of these again. It's just painfully frustrating. But of course, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of questions down in the comment section. People asking what we're going to be doing on Hermitcraft Season 6. What are the plans and everything? Obviously, we do have some ideas we're discussing with the Hermits. And when I say we do have some ideas, we've been playing around with ideas for the past couple of months. So we have pretty good ideas at this point in time. And I'm so excited for it. It's going to be cool. We're going to be taking, I don't want to give anything away, but obviously we've got some big announcements to make, and we have some good plans. We have some features that were successful in previous Hermitcraft seasons that are going to be making a return, which is brilliant. So I can't wait. I really can't wait. I've absolutely loved this season of Hermitcraft, but 15 months is a lot of time to play on a single Hermitcraft world. So it's going to be very nice to get started again, started afresh, new plans, new block planets, all sorts of new projects to work on. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm like a kid at Christmas right now. I've got a massive gleaming grin on my face. That's hilarious. So I spent all that time lighting up the entire area around it. By the look of things, I didn't bother lighting up the iron... Wait, do iron golems not kill creepers? So I suppose if anything spawns next to the iron golem, generally the iron golem just messes it up, just destroys the mob. But I guess that's probably not the case with creepers. And you know what? Even though I spent all that time lighting up this area in the dark, it doesn't look like too many slimes actually spawn at night time. So clearly this is still a bit of a daytime farm. Now, before I go on Hermitcraft Season 5, there is one thing that a lot of people have been asking me to do, okay? Down in the comment section, tons upon tons, and there was lots of complaints that I missed it out when I did the base tour, when I toured all of the builds that I've constructed on the Hermitcraft server. A lot of people complained about it, that I hadn't actually put it in. I feel like I should mention that I kind of built it as a bit of a joke, and something that I would use very occasionally. I just want a special occasion, I felt like it was necessary. And of course I am talking about the villager torture chamber. So let's get this thing booted up into action. Now, for the first time ever, it really doesn't matter what type of villager comes out of here. Even if it's a brown coat. That could be the best farmer ever. But he is being transported off to his death. Guaranteed death. Let's see. So he's traveling along. Hopefully we can see all of this, and hopefully it all works actually. And oh, yep, no, he's just dropped down. So let's go down into the villager killing area. Now, how do we want to kill this guy? So let's see. I can't even remember how this worked. I know that we've got a very nice fancy 3x3 piston door. There is our villager. So I'm thinking... Okay, right now that's the one that's selected. I'm thinking... whatever this one is. Yeah, we'll go with that. There we go. He's going through, and he is traveling at a high. He's traveling at a high pace. They don't normally move this fast. He really doesn't. He doesn't want to go down. Right, there we go. And then, is it this one? No? This one. Oh, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to wrap up this little episode. Now, I will do a proper sign-off for the end of Hermitcraft Season 5, just before we go into Hermitcraft Season 6, but I thought I would record this little announcement video just to let you guys know what's going on. The people down in the comment section, you were correct. Hermitcraft Season 5 was on its way out, and I am so excited. I'm so excited for Hermitcraft Season 6. So the hype is beginning. Can't wait, but I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, please drop that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.